We came together in our freshman year of high school. Jack and I met in 8th grade when I changed schools from private school to public school.
I definitely hated Alex when I first met him. I thought he was a douchebag. He had really big eyebrows, and I was bummed because he was competing with my big eyebrows.
I got kicked out of the band that I was in, and Jack and I decided to form a band.
We got really close when we started playing music together. We started hanging out every day. Our parents became best friends.
I remember Jack came and he said, "Mom, I met this really cool guy and he plays the guitar, and can I go over to his house and practice?"
You couldn't separate us. We were like peanut butter and jelly, spaghetti and meatballs, marshmallow fluff and my tongue.
It was in the first day of 9th grade. We went to the same high school and we were in the same French class.
I walked into my French class and I turned around and this kid was wearing a face-to-face shirt.
This lanky, weird dude turns around and was like, "Hey, you like face-to-face?"
And he's like, yeah.
Just remember he kept asking if I wanted to come over to his house and jam. So eventually his nagging got to me and I did it.
And so we went over to Alex's house, and Alec and Jack come running out of the house, screaming and yelling, bouncing all over the place. And I was in the car with Ryan and I thought, who are these people?
And me and Alex looked at each other and we're like, this is a kid, we need this kid in our band.
I remember Jack coming home and telling me, "Mom, we found the coolest drummer. He's been playing drums since he was 9 years old, and I think he's going to be great for the band."
It was the end of 8th grade. My friend Ben Worsley hit me up online.
And this kid Ben, he was like, yeah, my friend Zach plays bass.
And then Jack called me and he's like, "Yo man, I'm gonna try out or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll try out."
I looked at this kid, Jack, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing dropping my son off here?
He kept IMing me, like he was like nagging me.
So I showed up to band practice, Zach's on a skateboard doing like kick flips and all that crazy shit, and I was like, you know what, he's in the band, I don't really care if he can play bass.
Apparently they hit it off. I think they liked the fact that he played without a pick and that he could ride a skateboard pretty darn good.
And we played, and like for the first practice I was like, man, we're good.
This is the basement where all time low practiced from 3 to 6 every day. These are Ryan's old band stuff. Ryan was here with the drums, and Alex and Jack and Zach were here.
I guess when you live in it, you didn't realize how loud it was. So when we had friends come over, they would look at us and think we were crazy. And they would say, "How can you do this?" And Dennis and I would look at each other and be like, "How can we do what?"
That's how the band got together. I think by the end of 9th grade, they were all together, and they've been together ever since.
It all fell into place. It was like a puzzle of 4 pieces, very easy puzzle.
You're now listening to All Time Low.
Our winners, All Time Low. Hello. Hey.
Think about it, if anticipation makes you shake it, we both lose control.
It got to the point in our career where we were about to graduate high school and we were also about to ink our first record deal with Hopeless.
And it was kind of the first time where reality slapped us in the face and was like, holy shit, we have a chance at this.
I remember the very meeting where we all sat down in one room, like everyone's families, and kind of just talked things out.
All the parents were very concerned initially, as most parents are, when your children say, we want to be rock stars and we don't want to go to college.
To us, for Jack not to ever go to college, it was a little bit of a hard thing to stomach.
Myself and my family had always planned on me going into college, and I had applied to college, just got into every college I wanted to.
It never occurred to me that Ryan wouldn't go to college. In retrospect, it's just a learning experience because don't put yourself in a box, you know?
He really wanted to do this, and it's what he's good at. And that's a very powerful combination.
I could just see
how into it he was, and that's where I thought he belonged. So to not go to college, I really thought was better for him.
And if I'd said no, I think that would have been a disaster for him.
And again, you support your kids. If you don't let them do these things, then they're going to hate you for the rest of your life.
We signed our record deal when we were still in high school, and then as soon as we graduated, we started touring, and we haven't stopped since.
Our touring history is fucking weird.
When we started this band, we were in 9th grade, and you know, it was more of a hobby thing then, cover band. But
it got kind of semi-serious for us at a young age. When we were 16, 17, we made our first trip out to as far as Texas with a band called Hometown Anthem.
back then we didn't have our driver's license, we had driver permits, which means we couldn't drive without a parent or legal guardian or whatever.
To keep everybody satisfied and on board, we said, okay, well, you know, we'll tag along, you know, we'll just keep an eye on them, and the parents took it in turns.
So a lot of times Zach's dad would take us in their van and we'd take trips to New York City, and Zach's dad would drive us up there.
But it was fun. It was all fun. It was all well worth it.
We'd have our parents with us, so everyone would kind of laugh at us.
I remember, yeah, we just used to like share hotel rooms with them, and it was kind of weird.
I couldn't imagine sending a bunch of 17-year-old, 16, 17-year-old kids.
This is what happens when the shit hits the fan.
So she asked me if I will come along, and I said, yeah, sure, that would be fun. And so her and I followed the band by car.
We got the same hotels that they had, but we stayed out of the way.
No one would take us seriously.
I mean, I give them props because I don't think when I'm 40 or 50 years old I'm going to be doing that, so.
And then we moved on to a 15-passenger van, which was pretty decked out, which was pretty sweet. Ryan probably drove the most. I drove a really good amount, and we don't want to die, so we didn't let Jack drive.
We definitely wouldn't be able to have gotten this far without our parents coming on tour with us.
I think that's the way you get started, though. You have to sort of dig through all that weirdness to sort of get to the reality of it.
Bread vision! It's called bread vision!
Mama had a baby and his head popped off.
Anyone started it.
You having a fucking laugh? Ah! On my Australian dollar? Ah!
Yeah. Oh my God, they're right there. Oh my God, it's like zombie.
Back off!
This is literally like Zombieland. Look at that titty.
Those are guys.
Oh, well, it's hard to tell.
No, I want the dancing titties. Oh, your veins are...
Oh! My turn.